Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and as always, I'm joined by Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
And tonight we have a very special segment. We're doing Queers Night Out, where the four of us, Gregory.
Hi, everybody.
And John. He's
watched a movie, and we're going to discuss the plot, what we liked, what we didn't like, our favorite moments, and so on and so forth.
And I think John dislikes something that will shock everyone.
Really?
Yes. So let's roll credits so we can get started. We watched Soapdish. Shocking, a movie about soap operas.
It's in our
house. But Soapdish is one of my favorite movies. I say that a lot. I have a lot of favorite movies, but Soapdish is up there where I can watch it multiple times a week, probably, if I needed to, because I just love it.
I've seen it a handful of times. I can't quote it like you can. What about you? Have you seen it a few times?
I think I saw it when it originally aired back in the day. So yeah, I might have. But I haven't seen it in a really long time. So it was kind of a familiar story that I couldn't remember exactly what the punchlines until they were said. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I got that from. And that's why I use, certain punchlines throughout my life.
John has never seen it. When he was like, I haven't seen that, I was like starting to quote the more famous segments, like, he doesn't have a head. How am I supposed to write for a guy that doesn't have a head? And like, I don't know.
I always forget how many familiar faces are in it.
Oh my God.
I always forget Whoopi Goldberg's in it.
Elizabeth Shue.
Whose
brother's on Melrose Place.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Kline.
Who's Kevin Kline?
Rod. The one who doesn't have a head.
Oh.
Well, yes. The one that's supposed to be dead.
So I was actually really proud of Greg in the beginning when they're doing the award show and they're showing like clips from the fake soap operas. They showed Finola Hughes, and he's like, "Oh, Anna," and
That's
I was
Anna
like,
from General Hospital. Of course, I know who Anna is. Except I remember Anna, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'll embarrass myself. But no, I'm pretty sure that's when Anna had the fake scar on her face, and she used to wear her hair down on the side of her face because she was in an accident, but it was a fake scar the entire time.
I don't watch General Hospital. You
Well,
ask your mother.
Sorry, I did.
And he just described every soap opera.
Yes.
Even Chloe had the...
Yeah, well, she had the scar, yeah.
Yeah, I think like when Anna came on, she had a scar and she was dating who was the Australian actor which played her husband.
Yeah, he's still on it.
Oh, is he still? Yes, he is still on it.
Now,
I might have the irony of all this is that I might have watched One Life to Live and General Hospital since I was 10, but I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want this whole thing to become a thing. So I wanted you to do you and me to do me.
Now, when I started doing all of this, he surprised me. He knows more about Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful than I realized. And I was like, I looked him up and down like, you just hiding this info from me? We could be,
Well, not to spoil anything on Knots Landing for you, but I was watching old episodes. Well, they're all old, and he saw Valine and he's like, "Oh, did she go crazy and find her babies yet, or whatever?"
Oh, that's right. I walked by and I saw her and I was like, "Are we up to the part where she goes crazy and loses her babies yet?" And she's like, "No, not yet. That's next season." And I'm like,
He's getting into Knots Landing, and it's quite funny because I was going to watch an episode, and he's like, "What you watching?" I was like, "Knots Landing." He closes his computer and just starts watching with me. It was so funny.
It gets so much better. I can't wait. But anyway, back to Soapdish.
So that's who we are.
Well, this is what we do. We always wanted to.
Oh, well, look, a squirrel.
It's part of our brand.
Did you notice Patch from Days was the
Yes.
presenter?
I was like, in my head, I was screaming like, "Oh, it's Patch!" Even though I've seen it a million times, but still, he hasn't seen it. So, but I try to keep those moments to myself so I don't seem crazy.
I also forget that Terry Hatcher's in it.
Oh, I love Terry Hatcher in this. I love Terry Hatcher. Who am I kidding?
Her hair was out of control in some of the scenes.
Well, it was indicative of the time, and then it was emphasized as the making fun of the drama of soap. So the bigger the hair, the bigger the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Actually, Terry Hatcher's character and whoever plays Montana Moorhead, their hair,
Kathy Moriarty.
their hair is just like they're like, no, what? We need bigger hair. Like, I bet one day it was a little bit flat.
What is Kathy Moriarty from? Is she from something?
A lot, actually.
That's what I know.
She's actually one of those like kind of underrated actresses that like she's kind of like the foundation of everything. But no, I can't think of anything right now.
Do you know Aaron?
I know her from Casper.
Oh.
Oh my god. See,
Carolyn?
okay. I knew her from something else. Because I'm like, she's so familiar. I had to have seen her in something else.
I mean,
Yeah,
her voice.
Kindergarten Cop, But I'm a Cheerleader, Neighbors, Casper Meets Wendy, Casper, and Raging Bull.
I forgot she was in, but I'm a Cheerleader.
Yeah.
So
She's
RuPaul.
trying to de-gay everybody.
Oh yeah. Now I can picture her character. Paul Johansson from One Tree Hill.
Oh yes, he
played Sally Field's husband on the show, the young punk.
He is.
So I was thinking about it. The time that this movie came out, it was like 91.
So yeah.
He either had just gotten off or was on Santa Barbara at the time. So I wonder if that's why they casted him, because at the time he was a soap opera actor.
Well, Terry Hatcher technically was a soap opera actress too, Loving.
Yep.
Oh.
So,
Yep. She was also Lois Lane on Lois and Clark. That's correct.
Oh yeah, I love that show too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I just say I love Sally Field's over the top theatrics.
Well, I teased a little something in the beginning. John, tell us one thing you didn't like about the movie, or who you didn't like.
Her.
He doesn't like Sally Fields. Please explain why.
Please explain.
What she said. I don't.
But that is the quintessential Sally Field, where every movie or show that she's in, she carries everything and really like fits into the character. And as soon as she needs to elevate whatever it is Sally Field every time. It is.
The only thing I ever watched that I liked her in was Smokey and the Bandit. I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't, but like what you're talking about, I can't stand to watch that on TV.
And
I can't deal with it.
So was it
I'm
just
sure the other night you heard a gasp, and that was me from Arkansas after you
we felt the change in the atmosphere.
It's exactly
Kind
what
of like push east and then go west.
I was like, the wedding's off. No. Because I love Sally Fields. I've always loved her. And it just broke my heart to learn he didn't.
is it just in this movie that you don't like her, or in general you usually don't?
I guess in general, because she does that pretty much in everything she's in. All that yelling and jumping around.
Brilliant. We call it brilliant work.
It's brilliant.
I love it.
She chews the scenery.
She is.
Did you watch her when she was on The Flying Nun?
I am not.
Or Gidget?
If I had an agent right now.
You have to yell.
Yes.
Okay, I watched Brady Bunch in reruns. You could have watched The Flying Nun in
I
reruns.
was gonna say we watch a lot of soaps we shouldn't have been able to watch, so it's
I
possible.
watched some of the stuff. I watched The Flying Nun. I've watched Gidget. I absolutely just loved her in Sybil.
I never saw Sybil.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
yeah, that was wonderful. Forgive Me, Sally. The movie where you're, on the cafeteria table, demanding for union. She was great there as well.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the movie Hello, My Name Is Doris with her?
No,
It's newer. I think it came out in 2015, 16. She's like this like dorky old receptionist working.
I've
You've
heard
heard of
I
it?
haven't seen it.
And it has the Schmidt from New Girl in it, and she has a crush on him. Greenfield. What's his name? Greenfield. Max Greenfield. Do you know what that is?
no.
It's a good movie. We'll watch it.
Yeah, but she's, definitely brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah, I love Brothers and
I
Sisters.
love brothers and sisters.
So I fell in love with her with brothers and sisters.
I have it on DVD
Yeah.
if you want to rewatch
Okay.
it.
I really did. Obviously, Steel Magnolias. I will say the what you're saying about the Sally Fields moment is while they're outside and she's building and getting. She went from the the person playing the part to Sally Fields for like 30 seconds and then returned back to. So yes, you're right.
My favorite scene with her in this movie is when they're like, "Do we need to take a trip across the Washington Bridge?" 'Cause when I was on, I was like, "That if I
She's
was
like, it's a crutch.
that would be me. I would be if I was having a bad day, I could just see John going, "Do we need to go to the mall?" And I'd be like, "Yes."
And I like how Whoopi's like, are you the girl from TV? Oh, look at you, you're so pretty.
To me, Whoopi Goldberg's also the standout character in this movie.
Yes, and Whoopi is wonderful as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when she gets the voice message that her boyfriend left her, and he's like, "Take care of my plants," and she's like pouring like poison into it.
I had to remind myself he hasn't seen it, so I'd be because normally I go, "Ooh, watch this, it's funny, watch this." So I have to remind myself he hasn't seen it. Don't do it because that was one of the parts I was like, "You got to see this."
Did you guys expect the whole daughter twist? Did you see it coming?
Actually, asked him. I was like, "Did you see that coming?"
Uh-uh.
No,
No,
you didn't.
no.
I almost said something, but then I wasn't sure.
I
if you remembered.
I think I forgot about that until it was unraveling, and I was like, oh yeah. I think no, I think I knew it was, and then it clicked when they were about to kiss. And like she jumped all over, like as they were trying to like drag her and she's on top and she was like, you can't kiss. I'm your mommy and daddy or whatever, That was a slightly awkward line, but cute.
So, John,
Oh,
the scene where she was on the climbing up the fire escape, that didn't like tip you off at all? Because I was like, ooh, he's gonna know, I know it, but she's being so dramatic for a reason. Like she doesn't want them to be together.
Mm-mm.
It didn't tip you off. What about you?
No, I actually forgot because I think I knew it in the back of my head, but I wasn't.
I think it's because they really built into her just like having this obsession with hating that man because they had like some affairs. So she was just like, they built into that. But I didn't, when I first watched it, I know I didn't see it coming. And I don't know why I didn't see it coming because it's typical soap opera.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember if I saw it coming. I feel like I did because I watched so many soaps. I can usually like point something out.
I'd like to, I'm just saying I didn't because I can't remember though, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, when you know it, it's obvious, with like the foreshadowing and everything. But
I do like when they're both sitting there. He's like, "No, I wouldn't have went there." She's like, "Well, I would have," and I was like, "Oh, awkward." I would have probably kept that to myself.
I like when he saved her from falling off the drain pipe. And she was like screaming at him like she hated him, and then he kissed her and she like was really into it, and then she slapped him.
That's how we like it here.
But I like that because I felt like it was like, I don't know.
Well, because it was basically telling the story that as much as, I guess we were not understanding at that point why she hated him. We were just assuming it was like the basic stuff, but she was pushing him away because of the child. But then at the same time, she always loved him.
Yeah, but I was more into it because of her acting, because of like how over the top she was being, which I know John hates.
I'm sorry, when she stepped in front of the bus, it's like, "Rose, tell the kids I love them."
Yeah.
and the best part is there was like a quick scream, and then they were like, "Hey, isn't that?" And like she couldn't even die with dignity.
I like how no matter what was going on, she was still signing autographs. She could be like spying, and she's like still signing autographs.
Oh, yeah, she was like, "We're having a family moment here," and it's like, okay.
But I love you. Okay, who do I wait this out
She's
to?
like, I love you too.
because that was definitely the writers saying to the entire world that these are regular, normal people that have a life, and just because you're there, they still have to. They're still humans dealing with their own stuff, and it was just like, can't you see? I'm having a family moment or crisis, and she's like, "But I love you," and she's like, "Okay, who do I write this out?" And like just did it without missing a beat, because I guess people think that we're supposed to just ignore the feelings of.
I mean, I know when we're in the local Walmart and I get recognized.
I mean,
I can't wait for that to happen.
we do have 45 subscribers now. So.
And we love each and every one.
We had a big jump in the last few days.
When you get to 100, I'll buy you dinner.
Listen, we're just trying to get to 50.
Okay.
We have small goals here.
Yeah. We want to work our way up to 100.
I want to retire off of this freaking
Okay,
cow.
stop rushing me.
I don't know if you watched the credits. I always watch credits and look for names, but Aaron Spelling is one of the people who produced this movie or worked on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did see that.
In the beginning or the end?
Very beginning. Like, it is Aaron Spelling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice.
But it has a lot of typical, like, to me, I feel like that's what the 80s were like with soaps. 80s, early 90s. That's how, like, it was, I feel like.
Yeah, and all of the actors were. One would almost call this like a B movie because it was so high drama, cheesy one lines kind of deal, that all of the actors on this show were literally coming to the peak of their career. So they were known up and coming to famous to everybody knew who they were, performers in this, and they were all on board. They thought it was great. It was almost like a quick little, bink,
I wouldn't think of it as a B movie though, because I feel like it was a parody of what goes on.
Or a parody. So a parody would be a B.
It was like a fun thing to do to kind of make fun of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and at the time, soaps were so popular. Like, that movie probably wouldn't get made today.
Right.
I mean, and I'm sure some of that stuff did go on behind the scenes.
Oh, I bet.
Not so much now because they don't have a budget, but like,
And with social media.
yeah. Plus, I mean, I don't really know much about the other shows, but Days, their cast seems to be really like tight knit. Like they're all really close. But I'm sure back in the day there was some drama. I've heard stories.
So, how'd you feel about Montana's twist? And like nowadays, I think that that wouldn't fly, but
For its time, they handled it pretty well.
I didn't think they were mean about, like, truly
No,
mean.
they weren't mean about it. They were just being factual about it.
I was trying to think about it or remember like how Robert Downey Jr. characters found out. I wasn't sure if they were like being intimate, and then he got a peek of what was going on.
The only part I didn't like with when Robert kind of like wipes his mouth after he finds out.
Yeah,
I'm like, we could have probably dealt without, like, we could have lived without that. But
because doesn't Ace Ventura get hate because
yes,
the transgender character was evil, the villain or whatever, and they were like grossed out.
Mhm.
She was transgendered. So I was trying to remember if the same thing happened here, but I don't know. They all seemed more shocked than disgusted, except for Robert Downey Jr.
Well, no, Ace Ventura like went overboard with their discussion, or
Yeah.
just with them saying it was disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. But the 90s was like that, like gay panic.
Oh yeah.
Like friends would do it, like, I'm not gay, like
They are no homo.
yeah.
The 90s.
The 90s. Why did you all look at me? Listen, just because I'm still popping this collar does not mean I'm stuck. It just means I take a little bit from each decade and I keep it.
We went into Urban Outfitters and he's like, this is all stuff I wore in high school. I'm back.
I was like thick corduroy pants and corduroy overalls and tie-dyed, because it's a little tricky with, however old I am. I've always tried to be, current, I guess. I don't want to say hip or with it, or because that just ages me, but I always try to be current. I always try to like have the kind of new things that are happening. And plus I'm a teacher, so the kids judge you.
So overall, what did you guys think of the movie?
Oh, I loved it. But I mean, to me, the movie is perfection.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
10.
Don.
Somewhere between a 3 and a 4.
Oh my god.
Doesn't need a spin. A 3 or 4. Rethink that.
Okay, then 3.
You're allowed to have your opinion.
Your pancakes aren't fluffy. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not saying a word after that.
No, you have to grade it.
I will say a piece of its time. I'll go to a 6. I'll go to a 6. I won't do a 7 because it's a little tricky, because it's really hard to tell where the line that they drew of, was it a piece of its time or was it a parody?
Well, I'm sorry.
Because unfortunately, around that time, it's a little tricky. There was a blurred line.
You need glasses. It's a 10. The line was not blurry for me.
She had LASIK eye surgery, so she sees really well.
Well,
And
she-
I see through you.
Well, she needs a revision. So.
All right, so this is the first and last time these two will be guests on the show. They don't have taste.
That's because we're going to be doing our own spin-offs. We're going to be like this. What movie did you hate the most?
If you want to get them started, just pancake.
You know those queers were the other queers.
Queers 2. Because Dynasty went down.
Queers to us.
That's actually not a bad idea for a drinking
Get
session.
more.
No. My talent is not on a podcast. I'm live talent.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to get Tommy to do live.
No.
Stop rushing me.
No, you'll do really well live. You've been warming up. The two of you have really been warming up very, very well and fitting in each other's spaces really beautifully. So
Well, the more we do it, the more comfortable we get.
When we get to like 100 episodes, we should rewatch the first one and just do like a episode.
yeah,
The 100th episode will be us rewatching the first episode.
right.
Is that a little narcissistic?
Oh, drag queens.
But that's why I'm here.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm trying to
I
think.
do a cooking show.
Okay, we'll talk about that offline.
That's
So
it.
Greg and I actually have an announcement to make.
Are you engaged?
No, I'm pregnant. With twins.
Is it no. We do love soaps.
It would be a blessing.
If I need to switch DNA tests, just let me know. I got a plan.
Well, that's how I bankroll this operation if I was pregnant.
I love watching
It'd be a
Maury.
medical miracle.
I love watching. You are the father.
Yeah, he's always watching Maury on his phone. It's weird.
I
Yeah.
love Maury.
So
Enjoy
we
stuff like that. The South is the place to come. If you enjoy stuff like that, you should come to the South. We have lots of stories like that.
I'm sure.
Can I make my announcement?
Well, it's a really good lead-in to what you just said.
So we wanted to officially RSVP to your guys' wedding.
Really? Aw.
We're going to Arkansas.
Ah,
Have you been to Arkansas?
yeah, we're gonna go to Arkansas. Yeah, I already
I already took a whore.
I already looked at denim tuxedos that I need to wear for this wedding. So at some point we're gonna have to talk about the dress code because we're from New York.
Yeah, the our dress code will be a little bit more relaxed because we're from Arkansas.
Are we gonna be wearing suits?
No, you don't have to. We're calling it Sunday's best because that's how people understand it.
Then I'm probably taking a change of clothes after picking.
Oh, I seriously want everybody to wear a pair of jeans at my wedding.
Okay, what if that's when we do our live show?
During your wedding?
Not during the wedding.
When?
Is your place big enough for all of these personalities?
You're gonna have to get a bigger camera.
All right, so fine. The two of you can do your show, and us two will disappear.
Ooh, we could film a cooking segment with him and John.
Oh, I was going through IKEA, and when we went to IKEA in Memphis, I was like, this would be the perfect set for our cooking show. I was like, wrap it up.
The whole thing,
I want every piece.
even the light fixtures.
Oh, well, thank you. That makes
That's why I was like, is that my invitation or were you just showing me? 'Cause I didn't want to say anything.
I was like, no, I haven't like just shown people them because I didn't want people to think I was just showing them since we're doing them all digital. So that's why, if you got one, you're invited.
Okay, I just wanted to double check because I didn't want to be like, surprise, I'm coming, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, and then I
I gotta
also
invite somebody.
I also wanted to see how this whole podcast thing was going down before I made any type of commitment. I made a commitment in support with 2 lights and a green screen for him. I was not going to commit to a plane ride just yet.
Well, John committed he let me have his kitchen table for a little bit. So
Yeah.
our whole dining room is my studio now.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's also why I was asking how far Little Rock was from you and if there was hotels.
I was wondering why you were asking.
I told you he didn't know.
Like,
I was like, I made it conversation. He didn't even know. What was
did you make
that?
it COVID related?
What?
Didn't you make it
he
COVID?
does. Everything is morbid with him. That's how he gets information. So if you were diabetic
What?
and you would eat sugar and die, what's your favorite candy bar to die on? And I'll be like, Payday. And then tomorrow there's a case of Payday on my
All right.
So Sally Fields.
Well, we finished. We just got to wrap up the episode.
All right.
So this was fun. Even though you guys didn't really care for the movie.
It's not that I didn't care for the movie. No, I loved the movie, but it was a movie of its times, portraying a movie of its times.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you have any final comments?
I don't guess so.
If they were making pancakes, would you have final comments?
Ah.
Sorry, that goes with our other.
All right, well, this was fun, and hopefully we'll do it again soon. We're hoping that this will be maybe like a once a month thing, maybe twice if you're feeling proggy.
We'll have to see if we can find a movie they might rate higher up on the scale.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we have each person pick a movie for each time?
Ooh, that could be scary.
That's okay. We need to be outside of our comfort zone.
Oh, this was outside of mine. So yeah.
All right, so then you get to pick the next movie.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Just make sure it's streaming somewhere so we can all watch it.
Yeah, it has to be streaming. What, you can't find it? No, I'm just kidding.
But all right, guys, tune in to our regularly scheduled programming on Mondays
Yeah.
and all of our extra stuff throughout the week. Say bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.